Oasis is the replacement for the dual arena and has several different skilling options in the area, and I wanted to cover a slightly unique money-making method that maybe not everyone knows about, super AFK, and very important content as it provides resources required for penance powder and other powder such as burial powder. Hey, you could be like me and you're just looking for a good AFK spot as you're frequently applying for a new job and dealing with fresh start world burnout and hardly want to play the game anymore. Then this might be for you. At Oasis, there are bushes in each corner. Each bush gives a different type of flower, and all of them have a rare chance of a golden rose, which are currently worth over 1 mil and the main focus for making money in this area. So I did this for 10 hours on 4 different accounts. And the reason why I did it on so many accounts is for science. I was generally curious on a few different variables. So the variables I believe probably have an impact or I'm generally curious about is the farming level of the account. It's kind of gathering the resources. I want to know if it has an effect or not. Also the bush level, if doing lower tier 1s versus higher tier 1s makes a difference. And how big of an impact does compost make. So I will have 3 accounts with just the farming outfit and have around 90 to 102 farming. And one of the accounts, which is my main, is going to have 120 farming. The reason why this is important because the 120 farming cape automatically applies super compost to the bushes. Which, before Googling or making this video, I actually didn't know exactly how much impact it did, and then I noticed the wiki actually tells you exactly what it does. It increases the speed at which you can harvest that bush, and you'll see how big and how important that actually is by the end of this video. So, I will be having 2 accounts at the level 30 spots, and then 2 accounts at the level 90 spot. So, this ended up being my setup for the full 10 hours. I just kind of threw all 4 of my clients on one screen while I was doing other things. I just want to showcase this, and then I'm going to go straight into the results. I did want to mention, though, that the last hour I bought a bunch of ultra compost and ended up using this manually. So this wasn't nearly as AFK, but I really wanted to see how much of a difference ultra compost made compared to just fully AFKing, and even comparing it to the super compost. Because as I was making this, I mean this is hour 9, so I've kind of noticed that my main with the 120 cape has so many more golden roses than my other accounts. So yeah, the last hour I was like, alright, I'm gonna have all the accounts use ultra compost and see what the results look like. So I did go ahead and create a chart just to help myself kind of visualize where I had dry streaks. So top one is my main with the 120 farming cape. And then the 2 in the middle are the ones that were on the level 30 spot, and the one at the bottom was my ult that was at the 90 spot as well, but didn't have the 120 farming cape. So you can see that compost matters a lot here. That's kind of what I got out of the details. Also, you can get super dry. My account that was at the 90 spot that didn't have the 120 farming cape, it went like almost 3-4 hours super dry. At the end of 4 hours it only had 1 singular rose, so you can go super dry here. But using compost seems to make it way more consistent, so that's kind of what I got out of it. But yeah, my main got 35 roses, the 2 in the middle got 24 and 16 at the level 30 spot, and my ult at level 90 spot only got 11, so that one got super unlucky. Or it's a mix of it being at the level 90 spot and not using compost, but it's kind of hard to tell. But I can confidently say that, yeah, compost definitely helps a lot. So the last hour I did, I kind of mentioned it, on all 4 accounts I used ultra compost and everything. And I got between 2 and 5 golden roses on all the accounts. Averaging actually 4, so almost all my accounts actually got 5 golden roses. One account got 2, so they averaged 4 an hour on the last hour, so ultra compost makes a massive difference here. But if you're not using that, you can make anywhere from 0 to 6 roses an hour, which means 0 to 6 mil an hour. It really, really does depend. And that's kind of what I've came to, is it varies so much. It, it really is a very inconsistent, consistent money-making method, meaning you know exactly what you're gonna get, you just don't know when you're gonna get it. But it is really AFK, it's really chill. So on my main, I made 40.6 mil over the 10 hours. With my alt and my main, I made just shy of 100 mil in the 10 hours. So it brings my average GP an hour on my main to 4 mil an hour. And then with all of my accounts, which I'm not really including, but just want to show, it's about 10 mil an hour is how much I made. So I went ahead and added it to my little Excel sheet that I'm using to keep track of all the money making methods I've done so far. And this comes at right at the bottom, as I have very few sample sizes of things. And obviously it's not going to beat Zamrock, but it's still not a bad method for being super AFK and really low requirements. I think you can hit 4 mil GP an hour at the level 30 spot with just Ultra Compost. So this is a good baseline to have in, seeing that's literally 30 farming requirement and some GP for Ultra Compost. So it's really not too bad. So while we're covering kind of this area, and the bushes specifically, I do want to show a higher level method of making money here. It's kind of a daily. Some people probably already know about this, but I definitely know some people don't, and that is using rapid growth. Rapid growth can be used twice daily if you have the master farming outfit on these bushes, each one specifically. So you get 8 rolls at getting a golden rose drop. So it's actually super worth doing this daily. I think the GP per hour doing this is pretty insane. I'll run through this real fast and show you what type of loot I get real fast. Alright, I did just finish that. It took about 2 minutes. I just wanted to show this while we're talking about the bushes and golden roses, is if you're high level and the 4 million GP an hour doesn't interest you, I highly recommend doing this as a daily, because that took less than 2 minutes, and you have a pretty good chance to make some money. So in this case, I just made 5 mil in 2 minutes, so pretty good.